Hello everyone, and welcome back to Old School RuneScape. It's an exciting episode today because Varlamore Part 1 has come out, and as I logged in, I got the Varlamore invitation given to me by some random guy. It says, I am pleased to confirm that the Kingdom of Varlamore is now open to visitors. On behalf of Crown Prince Itella Arcan, I would like to extend you a personal invitation to visit our home. If you wish to accept this offer, please join me outside Varrock's eastern gates. May the sun light your way. Regulus Cinto. And here's Regulus Cinto right here. Nilsal, adventurer. The name is Regulus Cinto, one of the Quetzal keepers for the royal family of Varlamore. Quetzal? What's a Quetzal? Well, just look here to my dear companion, Premio, and you'll have your answer. Varlamore is a large and diverse kingdom, but thanks to our Quetzals, navigating it is as straightforward as can be. Sounds exciting. You're not wrong there. Nothing beats taking to the skies. Speaking of which, Crown Prince Itella Arcan has asked Premio and I to escort you to our capital city of Civitas Illa Fortis, or Fortis as we prefer to call it. Is that something you'd be interested in? Of course. Excellent. Now I know Prince Itella is very keen to meet with you once we reach the capital, so he's sending the Tullus twins to greet you on arrival. I'll be sure to point them out to you once we're there. Sounds good. So, ready for your first journey to Varlamore? Let's do it. Kwani, we will depart at once. It's kind of weird that we travel from the far side of Gilnor all the way over there. But whatever. Well, here we are. Welcome to Fortis. It's beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Now, I'm sure you're keen to get exploring, but Prince Idzla is very keen to meet with you first. That's what it is. It's Itzla. I read that as an A earlier, I think. You mentioned he'd be sending some people to meet with me? Yes, the Tullus twins. That's them just to the west, by the stairs up to the palace. Why don't you head on over and introduce yourself? Alright. Look at this place. It's gonna take a while to get used to having all this new area to explore. For now, we just need to talk to these twins. Who are they? Are they up the stairs here? No. Oh, there they are. I found them. They blended in. Is this the one? I believe so. Doesn't look like much. Hey, I recognize you two. You were part of the delegation to Varrock. Indeed we were. More than part of, we organized the whole thing. As was our duty. The prince could have contributed. Do not air your dirty laundry in public, brother. Humph. You, the prince wishes to speak with you. He awaits you at the temple. Where do I find this temple? On the other side of the bazaar, south of here. Okay, guess I should get going then. Indeed. Alright, so we gotta go find a temple then. Is this the temple? No, this is the bazaar. I would assume. Looks very bizarre. No, this is gotta be the temple here. Alright, Prince. Where are you at? That is not a prince. This is definitely a temple. Is that the prince out there? I see a yellow dot, but I don't see what it is. No, it's a dog. Alright. Maybe he's downstairs? Maybe he's in front of it again. Why couldn't he have just met me there? That would have made more sense. Dang, where is he? I've been in Varlamore for a whole 1 minute and I'm already lost. You can run around in here, I guess. He can't be here, right? Yeah, I'll find him real quick. Okay, I figured it out. We're actually supposed to talk to this guy, even though he's not the prince. I know your face. I have seen it 1,000 times before. I think you must have me confused with someone else. We've never met. Yes and no. This is our first encounter, and yet I know you better than most. You wear the face of my only true companion. You wear the face of death. Your only companion is death? You should probably get out more. You jest, as your kind often do. Is that how you drown out their screams, I wonder? Is that how you hide your pain? Well, things got deep very quickly. Is this how you normally introduce yourself to someone? If you seek an introduction with the sect of Renol, they spend their days in Rallis's light. The darkness hides an inevitable truth that they prefer to shy away from. Right, so who actually are you? I'm Metzli, Teocan of Renol. You I already know. You are the one that saved the life of my counterpart. Teocan? So there are two of you? Yes, as Teocan of Renol, I lead the sect of Renol. My counterpart Servius leads the Church of Ralos. I meant to be meeting Prince Itzla here. Yes, you are. He's speaking with Servius down in the crypt. Not a place you'd normally find the Teocan of Ralos, but the prince desired the privacy only Renol can offer. I'd better head down there. Very well. Alright, so we were on the right track. There was just a step we had to take. But now we should be able to head through this gate. Alright, where's the old prince? There he is. Ah, there you are, Nilsal, adventurer. I don't believe you've properly met my father. Oh, his father, huh? This is Servius, the Teocan of Ralos, and the man whose life you saved. Your father? I didn't realize you were related. Yes, very fun stuff. All a bit of a convoluted mess as well. I'll be sure to tell you about it at some point. For now, though, KaBob, meet Servius. Servius, meet KaBob. Nilsal, my child, it is an honor to meet you. Were it not for you, I may well already be making my journey to Mictal? On behalf of both myself and Ralos, I thank you. Well, let's not start celebrating just yet. There's a reason why we're lurking in this crypt. It's because it looks cool. Sorry about that, by the way. I'd have much rather given you a proper welcome on your arrival, but given the situation, it's probably best we take a bit more care. It's not a problem, although I did have an interesting encounter on my way here. Ah, the Tollus twins. Fascinating pair, aren't they? Actually, I was talking about Metzli. I met her upstairs. Oh, you met her? My deepest sympathies. Metzli and her sect play an essential role in our lives. You should not judge her so harshly. You're quite right, of course. But anyway, shall we get down to business? Sounds like a plan. Kwani! So we have quite the predicament on our hands. My mother isn't too happy, oddly enough, and has tasked me with sorting it all out. Someone wants our dear Teocan dead, and we have no idea who. All we know is that they were a Varlamorian. A Varlamorian who had access to the mainland before the treaty was signed. Surely that limits the options a fair bit. Right you are, KaBob. In fact, it limits them to just the members of our little delegation. In other words, myself, Servius, the Tollus twins, and our retinue of knights. Now, I don't think it was me, and I'm guessing you didn't try to arrange your own assassination, Servius. I mean, it's happened before. I'd like to think I'd have done a better job if I had. Too right. Very sloppy work. A top example of how not to assassinate someone. Still, probably best we track them down all the same. So that leaves the Tollus twins and the knights. Aeneas and Furia are loyal children of Ralos. They would not wish to see my death. Those knights should also be loyal children of Ralos, but I agree, they are far more likely candidates. Let us investigate them and see what we can find. Servius, until we have this matter sorted, you should remain here in the capital. The palace will be the safest place. Nonsense, I am the Teocan of Ralos, and I have a duty to the people. I must return to the Tiamat at once. The Tiamat does not offer the protection of the palace. You'll be an easy target there. I am the chosen messenger of Ralos. He would not have me cower and hide. I will return to the Tiamat. Well, this is a terrible idea that's definitely going to blow up in all of our faces later, but it seems you have made your decision. However, I insist that you let me personally accompany you. My child, I would be delighted to have you as a traveling companion. KaBob, since Servius here seems keen on letting this killer have another go, you'll need to investigate the knights on your own. I'm sure I can manage that. Quan Yi, head up to the palace and find the Tullus twins. They dealt with all the fun admin work. They'll know where those knights can be found. I'll get to it right away. And it sounds like we're all set. Timoiva, and may the sun light your way. Timoiva, my child. There's so many words in this whole area that I just don't know the correct pronunciation of. It's frightening. Anyway, let's get back out of here and get up to the palace, which I think was just to the north, if I am guessing properly here. Varlamore is such a cool update. It's what had me motivated to play the game more this year, was getting ready for it. I'm going to have a lot of fun learning all the new things that there are here. But yeah, this looks kind of like a palace, although that also looks like a palace. So we'll just run into this place first. I mean, this one does have some kind of throne, so I think it is a palace. Anyway, it seems the prince has new chores for us. You do not know that. Why else would he have sent the adventurer back to us? You two are quite the pair, aren't you? Thank you. I do not believe that was a compliment, brother. Oh, well, let's get to it then. What does the prince need now? He's asked me to investigate the knights who were part of the delegation to Varrock. He suspects one of them may have been involved in the plot to kill the Teokan. Has he forgotten that he himself leads the Knights of Varlamore? Surely he'd be best placed to deal with any of their wrongdoings. He's staying with Servius in case there's another attempt on his life. It is wise to keep the Teokan under close protection, and we are well placed to support this investigation. If you say so. The delegation consisted of 6 knights. Given recent events, I requested they make us aware of their activities. I suggest you seek them out and ask them to return here. Arun and Claudia should be at the bazaar. Nell will be at the Kothon. Villam and Izali are somewhere in Outer Fortis, likely at the pub. Mezan will be at the Colosseum. What if any refuse to come? This crest will mark you as a representative of the Queen herself. Show it to them and they will not refuse. Not unless they fancy revealing themselves as the traitor, which doesn't seem likely. Now, see, logically, from a storytelling standpoint, he would be the one that you would expect to be the traitor. But I'd almost suspect it'd be Furia more than him, just based on that. But we'll see. It could be a knight. It could be all of them. You don't really know. Anyway, they did say 2 were at the bazaar, and we know where the bazaar is, so we will head there first. And then we're going to have to kind of learn our way around. Alright, so who here is a person with a name? That is what we are looking for. Are you one of them? I don't think you are. No, he's definitely not. It's not the guards, is it? No, there's no way. Who is it, though? There's too many people here. How am I supposed to know who's who? Whatever, I'm looking at a guide. Alright, so they're labeled as Knight of Varlamore. Okay, that's helpful. That means I haven't seen them at all somehow, even though this is definitely the bazaar. Ah, there they are. They're hiding behind the pillars. Hello there. Nilsal, can we help you? Aeneas and Furia Tullus need you to return to the palace. If that were so, you'd have proof. Well, it just so happens I have this. Well, we're not going anywhere until our work here is done. If you want us back at the palace, you'd best help. I can do that. What do you need? A band of thieves has been active here recently, but we came up with a way to track them down. We planted a nice shiny amulet on one of the stalls. Sure enough, it was stolen soon after. Find the amulet and tell us who was carrying it. We can then follow them right to the rest of their group. How will I find it? Beat them at their own game. Go looking through a few pockets. Well, this doesn't sound totally orthodox, but fair enough. I'll get back soon. This sounds extremely, extremely illegal. But anyway, let me see. Is there anything special I need to do here? Light blue robes. Alright. That's all we care about is robe collar. you have anything, sir? No. Okay, the guard's not gonna have it. Child's not gonna have it. I don't know what shades of blue are we talking about here. Oh, well, that was easy. You have the amulet? I have it right here. That man in blue over there had it. Good work. He'll lead us right to those thieves. So we'll return to the palace now? We'll be there once the thieves are dealt with. It won't take us long. Well, good luck then. Alright, so next up we have Nell, which is in the Kothon, which is apparently the harbor. The harbor is way over there, so we need to head north and then east. At least now we know what they look like. I didn't remember from Children of the Sun what the knights looked like. Having that knowledge will definitely help us in the future. Let's run on over here and get a look at their harbor. I'm sure we'll be doing some sailing in here in the future. Alright, where is a knight? Maybe down south? There's a knight. Hello there, I'm here on behalf of Ennius and Furiotolis. They need you to return to the palace immediately. You're working for the Tolis twins? Do you have proof? Huh, fair enough. I'm happy to return to the palace, but I can't until I finish my work here. What is it you're doing? Maybe I can help get it done faster. With the recent opening of the kingdom, the Kothon has become much busier. Good for business, of course, but not so good when it comes to smugglers. We've had a tip-off that there's a ship here involved in weapons smuggling, but we don't know which one. If you can find the crate of weapons and tell me what ship it's from, I'll be able to return to the palace much faster. Sounds easy enough. You say that now, but there's no shortage of crates around here. Thankfully, the tip-off did give us some information that might help you find it. The crate should be on the docks rather than on a ship. It's of a standard size and isn't part of a stack. It's directly next to 2 barrels of fish and opposite a bench. Okay. Good to know. I'll get to it and let you know what I find. That is some very specific instructions there. It kind of sounds like it'd be this one then, but there's probably multiple that match. Nope, alright. What does the guide say? Can we just... It does not say. It just says that it's there. Well, we can search around, I guess. Alright, so it's none of those. Oh, you know, I didn't check this one. I kind of thought it'd be near to the bench, but, you know, maybe not. We just search all of them. Now, we know it's definitely not over there, so it's got to be over here. 2 barrels of fish. It could be this one. There's also... Oh, you know what? It's going to be that one. That one is so obviously matching the exact description. Oh, look at that. We got a drunken dwarf. He's followed us all the way to Varlamore. Yep, the Fortis Spark, huh? Get out of here, drunken dwarf. I'm already a KaBob. I don't need any more. That's a lie. I always want more KaBobs, but we're in the middle of something here. Now we gotta slowly walk over here. All of our poor run energy getting all the way over there. Alright, Mr. Knight. Or Miss Knight, I don't know. Any luck finding that crate? Yes, I found it. The ship it's from is called the Fortis Spark. Perfect. That's my work here done then. I'll return to the palace shortly. To Moiva. Great. Alright, so who is next? Next is the Colosseum guy. Which, where is the Colosseum? Ah, it's further. That's good. At least we're in the right direction. It's convenient how everyone has an extra task for me to do before they can come. You know, who would want to just go right away whenever you can give people extra tasks first? So let's go see what our extra task is over here. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious this quest is kind of designed just to make you go around Fortis and learn the area a bit. There's a bank chest here, which is nice. But I don't actually see a knight. Ah, there he is. He was just outside of the loading range. Hi there. Sorry, but I'm waiting for someone. Well, you might need to meet with them some other time. You're needed back at the palace. You don't work for the palace. Why would they send you? I'm working directly for the prince. Brand new here and already working for the prince. Strange. Maybe, but like I say, you're needed at the palace. And I'll return there eventually. First, I'm here for some training, but it seems my training partner is a no-show. You look like you know a thing or two. You can take his place. I can? Yes, join me in the Colosseum for some training. Once we're done, I'll return to the palace. Oh, and bring 2 attack styles in with you. I want some variety, and it will help me test my faith in Ralos. I'm ready. Let's do this. Kwani! Alright. Let's fight. Get a nice big boss bar here. Luckily, we are the combat level that can handle this just fine. And I get to test out my brand new crystal bow. Never been used. Now, I could switch my armor, but I don't feel like it. Alright, guy. Oh no, I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. Fear my special attack. Wow, 1 damage. That was a very special attack, that's for sure. Come on. You can do better than that. Alright, that's better. I pep-talked him into doing that. You fought well in there. I should train with you more often. So you'll return to the palace now? Yes, I'll head over there shortly. Perfect, thanks. You know, somehow I get the feeling that if I'd lost, he would have just murdered me. Maybe not. Who knows? Anyway, we need to find Outer Fortis now, which I gotta admit, I don't exactly know where that is. But, oh, there it is. Alright, I think it's gonna be the bar. Yes, okay, so we need to head out the gate, which is just south of here, and then it will be to the west. Good stuff. Why is it saying star location is unknown? Oh, man. Oh, there must be a star nearby. That's why it's doing that. Makes sense. They did add, I think, 3 star locations in Varlamore. It's like I need to add broken glass to my ignore list. Oh, this knight looks a bit incapacitated. Hello! Well, look who it is. I don't know you. Oh. I told you not to have that last one. Look at you. Stop whining. I'm fine. Right, the 2 of you have been asked to report to the palace as soon as you can. Report? I don't think so. It's our day off. Sorry, but I have this crest here that says otherwise. Ah, now that's going to be a problem. How so? Azali here can't go showing up in the palace in this state. We needed to sober her up. What's the nearest fountain? Or where? More specifically, I can't talk. There's one outside the gates just to the east of here, but how does a fountain help? Well, there's nothing like a little dunk to sober you up a bit. Azali, come with me. Oh, we're going somewhere new? How exciting. Ah, yes, I can see the fountain here. I like how he just lets me do this. Not a very good friend. He'd at least come with us to make sure that I'm not gonna, like, rob her or something. Oh, come on. This way, Azali. Okay. Oh, this is tiring. I think I need a quick break. this way. Okay. Come on, it's not that far. Oh, nice. We didn't even have to really do anything. Oh, boy. Feeling a bit better now? Not exactly. Well, it will have to do. You're needed over at the palace. This day is the worst. Fine, I'll head over there soon. Alright. Do we have to go back to the other guy? Yes, we do. I'm glad I checked. That's the type of troll thing a quest would do. Where is he? There we go. Hello again. Nilsao, thanks for helping out with that little issue. I'll be heading over to the palace soon. Alright, we got him. And they were the last ones, apparently. Alright, now let me look at the map real quick. Yes, there is a second entrance over here. We get to see a bit more of the map. This looks pretty cool, just having the corn growing out in the field. No fence or anything. I can't wait to explore this whole area. Do all the various things that exist. Very, very exciting. Anyway, let's get on up to this palace. Alright, twins. What next? Have you spoken to all the knights? Yes, they should be here soon. 6 knights, but likely only 1 traitor. How do you intend to work out who it is? Well, I'm going to guess asking nicely won't work. After they were picked for the delegation, the knights were granted beds in the Quality headquarters, just west of here. I would suggest you search there for anything of note. We'll keep the knights busy until you're done. Okay, I'll be back soon. I guess it is actually going to be one of the knights who's guilty, I suppose. I would have guessed one of the twins just for the plot twistiness of it. But whatever. Alright, so is it this big building here or something? Small building? I don't know. Not like the buildings actually have names, so I don't know. Alright. We have to go upstairs. So maybe it's this building here. Although this doesn't really look like it has 2 flights of stairs. Yeah, no, not this building. Is it this building then? Oh, there is some stairs back here. And there are knights here that we can murder, so this is probably it. Yep, this is where we're supposed to be. We're learning. Alright, so now that we're up here, we need to search, and specifically, we need to investigate a chest in the southeasternmost room. So whoever's room this is, well, one of them's guilty. They have bunk beds, so who knows. Alright, a letter. Okay, Villam, long have you waited, so patiently, so dutifully. Now, at long last, you have been granted with the most glorious of duties, for the day of our destiny is fast approaching. The Teokan will soon travel to the east, and you will be selected to accompany him. You must ensure he never returns. Only with his demise can Twilight's promise begin. Only with his demise will we see the final dawn. Alright. Let's get back to that palace and tell them about who the guilty party is. How sad that one of their own knights betrayed them for some sort of Twilight thing. Alright, twins, guess what I found out? Did you find anything in the Quality headquarters? I found a letter to one of the knights. It seems that Villam is our traitor. You are sure? The letter directed to him to arrange the death of the Teokan. It also mentioned something called Twilight's Promise and something else called the Final Dawn. Then it sounds like Villam has some explaining to do. This should be fun. Villam, step forward. Villam, you have been found to be a traitor to the kingdom of Varlamore. What? I don't understand. We know you attempted to arrange the murder of the Teokan of Ralos. Do you have anything to say about this? This isn't true. Someone must have set me up. Your lies mean nothing here. Your guilt has already been proven. No, this isn't right. For you, this is the only thing that's right. The rest of you are dismissed. I mean, the evidence wasn't particularly convincing, honestly. You killed him! What were you expecting, that we'd invite him to sit down for dinner and drinks? I don't know how they do things where you come from, but you're in Varlamore now. This is how we deal with traitors. We should have questioned him. Now we have no idea who he was working for. Well, it's done now, so little point dwelling on it. Little point. While my brother may have been a touch too hasty, he is right. What's done is done. You should return to the prince and let him know. Aye, fine. Isla and Servius said they were going to something called a Tiamat. Makes sense. The Tiamat is the center of all religion in Varlamore. The Teokan would have been eager to return to his home. You'll find the Tiamat atop Rallis' Rise, but it's quite the walk from here. You should speak to Regulus Cento outside about a faster method of travel. You should not waste time. The prince will be eager to hear what you've discovered. Alright, I'll go and see Regulus. Alright, Regulus, where are you, sir? Probably next to the bird. Yosal, adventurer, do you wish to return to Varrock? I was told to ask you about getting to the Tiamat. Ah, Kwani. Well, you'll be pleased to know that Prince Isla has already granted me permission to give you your very own Quetzal, free of charge. My own Quetzal? That's right, and I've already picked out the perfect one. This here is Renu. She finished training not too long ago and has been eagerly awaiting her first rider. Now, Renu here isn't as experienced as Premio, so don't expect her to be taking you too far. However, she's more than capable of flying anywhere in Varlamore, provided there's somewhere suitable to land. You'll find that we already have plenty of landing sites all across the kingdom, and more are being built all the time. You could probably even build a few of your own if you wanted. Now, why don't you two properly introduce yourselves to each other? I have the perfect thing here to help with that. Alright, so which one was it? This one. Hello, Renu. I have something for you here. Good girl. Kwani, I reckon she'll let you ride her now. Alright, so look at all these things we have here. Pretty cool, but how do we unlock the thing where we're going? And also, where are we going? Obviously... Ah, there it is. It wasn't obvious what all was a button and what wasn't. Alright, here we are, a new area. Now, where in here is the prince? Is he going to be in this side of the building or this side? Probably this side. Yep. Yosal, KaBob, welcome to the Tiamat. Yosal, my child. So, how did your investigation go? I found a letter to one of the knights, Velam. The letter instructed him to arrange the death of Servius. Titamo, one of my own knights. I will need to swiftly deal with this. Well, there's actually no need. Aeneas killed him as soon as we found out. Ah, excellent. Such should be the fate of all traitors. But Aeneas killed him before we could even question him. That's unfortunate. It would have been good to know who he was working for. No matter, though. I'm sure we'll find another way of getting to the bottom of this. Does it not bother you how quickly Aeneas killed him? Is it not a bit odd? Here in Varlamore, justice is delivered swiftly and harshly. Aeneas may have taken that a bit too literally, but there's not much we can do about that now. But do you not find it suspicious? I find a letter perfectly implicating one of the knights, but he's then quickly killed before he can be questioned? Seems to be a pretty good way of covering things up, don't you think? The Tolos family have loyally served the rulers of Varlamore since the death of Emperor Emaphor. For one of them to be a traitor is unthinkable. It's a dangerous accusation indeed. That said, the family does have a bit of a history. How so? My family has not always ruled Varlamore. In fact, it was the Tolos family who reigned for the majority of the kingdom's history. That all ended when good old Immafor declared the kingdom to be his new empire. He celebrated by going on a nice little murder spree. 1 war later, and dear old Immafor found himself without a head. Had that not happened, the throne would eventually pass down to Furia, I think. I believe she's the slightly older of the two. Right, and you don't think that might be a good reason for her and Ennius to be traitors? Immafor's death was over 100 years ago. His family had no love for him then, and they've loyally served the Arcans since. Yes, very true. I understand your concerns, KaBob, but we have no reason to believe the two of them are traitors. Can we at least agree to keep a closer eye on them from now on? Well, I guess there's no harm in that. Very well, I will see that it's done. Now, did your investigation uncover anything else? The letter I found mentioned 2 things, Twilight's Promise and the Final Dawn. Twilight's Promise? I've never heard of that. I wonder if it has anything to do with the Twilight Emissaries. Twilight Emissaries? A nice religious cult that has an unhealthy obsession with the end of the world. They keep themselves to themselves. Many don't even know they exist. They've never caused any problems before, so we leave them be, but perhaps it's time to pay a little closer attention to their dealings. And the Final Dawn, what's that? Nothing more than blasphemy. It is not something we should waste our time talking about. As you can see, the Final Dawn is a bit of a controversial topic. It's a religious belief. An unofficial religious belief. It's an unofficial religious belief concerning the end of the world. Oddly enough, our friends in the Twilight Emissaries are big fans of it. Where can I learn more about the Final Dawn? It's not something I care to know about, but if anyone around here were to know, it would be Metzli. The sect of Renol are responsible for maintaining the library here. That includes dealing with any forbidden materials. Metzli returned to the Tiamat shortly before we did. She'll be around here somewhere. Right, I'll go see if she can help me. Where is she, though? You are Nelta of Ralos. You are a player. Is she going to be over near these books, probably? Oh, Nelta is apparently a rank, not a name. No. Ah, there you are. We meet again. Not a chance encounter, I see, for it is clear that you want something. I was hoping you could help me with some information. Quite possibly. The sect of Renol know better than most that time sees the end of all things. When we are gone, what remains? Knowledge must be passed on, lest it be lost forever. Yes, what you're describing there is a book. I'm familiar with the concept. But what is a book without the right reader? Words can be misunderstood, misconstrued. That assumes those words were even right to begin with. Think of all that we believe to know, all those words we have read. How many were the truth, I wonder? Okay, well, before we go down another rabbit hole, I'm looking for information on the Final Dawn. The Final Dawn? This is something I can help with. But first, to understand the Final Dawn, you must understand Zimua. There's no way that's correct. Zimua? That's a fancy word. The word is a gift to us from those who walked these lands before we did. They knew the truth of this world in a way we can only dream of. You speak of the Old Ones? Yes, they understood the importance of passing on their knowledge. So much of what we know comes from them. So what is Zimua? Our world endures in a way we cannot comprehend, but like all things, it will not do so forever. Its light will one day die, but this is not something to be feared, it is something to be embraced. You see, we are part of a cycle, something far larger than ourselves. When the time comes, Ralos and Renol will come together as one, consuming these lands in holy fire, until there is nothing left but ash. But even in ash, embers remain. From those embers, a new world will be born, and the cycle will continue once more. This is Zimua. So you think the world will one day end? That's quite something. Not think, no, this knowledge is a gift, one that was passed down to us from the old ones. But you said it yourself, knowledge passed down can be misconstrued. How can anyone know the truth for sure? It's not like there are any old ones around for us to ask. Indeed, and that is why this is just one interpretation. There are those out there with another. Sax Tali, the Final Dawn. And what do they believe? They do not just believe that the world will end, they believe it is their duty to make it happen. They see it as their singular purpose, and will stop at nothing to make it so. These people, you speak of the Twilight Emissaries? It is said that they are amongst those with this belief. I guess I'd better... KaBob, I need you outside now. We have a little bit of an issue. What has happened now? Okay. Well, that's a thing. We got cultists everywhere. Let's, murderize some cultists, I guess. Good thing I'm so well equipped. Imagine if I'd been wearing nothing important, really. Luckily, these guys can actually kill their own cultists. That's rare for these types of scenes. Usually they just, like, do no damage the entire fight. And you're just like, what are you doing? I need you guys to go help that guard, please. Thank you. Okay, I guess I'll go help him, too. He's on his own against these two cultists, just dying. I'll take the final hit. Oh no. What happened? I'm sorry, my prince, but we're not sure. None of the attackers made it inside, but Metzli has disappeared. Metzli? Surely not. Thankfully, the blade missed his heart, but we should get him to the capital as soon as possible. Yes, of course. Ensure no time is wasted. Of course, my prince. We'll go at once. Well, this has been a bit of a mess. What do we do now? I'm not sure yet. Mother will need informing of what happened here. After that, I'll need some time to consider our next move. I'll be in touch once I have a plan. Timoivo for now, KaBob, and may the sun light your way. Alright, quest complete. We get the teleport, we can use the Quetzals, and we get a little bit of XP. Very nice. Pretty good quest, I liked it. And now we kind of know a bit more about the whole Fortis area and Varlamore in general, and I'm ready to continue the quest line as soon as we can. I'll see you guys later. Bye.